Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into the Colonial Life Arena in Columbia. It is time for the 1A Boys State Championship basketball game. The Green Hornets from C.A. Johnson coming in 17-9, taking on the Warriors from Whale Branch out of Beaufort County with a record of 23-4. Emerson Phillips courtside with my partner today, Dwayne Everett. Dwayne, we got a good one in 1A Boys. C.A. Johnson and Whale Branch.
Really great two teams. Young coaches, two different coaching styles, but definitely teams that are prepared to play for a championship.
We will take a look at the key players for today's ball game, and we'll start with C.A. Johnson, your upper state champions. It's Peter Goodman, a 6'4" senior forward.
I tell you what, this young man is well-rounded. He carries a line of 18, 5, 4, and 2. He will do it on the defensive end, and he'll dish dimes and score points.
Now let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Green Hornets. Last state championship for them came all the way back in 1989. Nelson, Tobe, Knox, Goodman, and Goodman for C.A. Johnson under the direction of head coach Daryl Jarvis. And we spoke with Coach Jarvis earlier in the week and asked him what he plans to tell his team in the locker room before they take the floor for today's game.
We're going to talk about just playing and keeping things as normal. We understand it's a big game, but I tell my guys there's no pressure on us. It's been so long since C.A. Johnson's been to the state finals. It's just the game to go play. And then we'll decide what happens after the buzzer blows. But we don't want to add any extra pressure. We want to try to make it as normal as possible. But I'm also telling my seniors, enjoy the moment. You know, you don't get this, obviously you don't get the opportunity that often. So enjoy the moment.
Now we will turn our attention to the lower state champions, the Whale Branch Warriors. They were in the state title game last year, Dwayne.
And they carry a point guard by the name of Justin Rode, a young kid with a lot of maturity. Great team.
Rode, a 6'1" sophomore guard, all-region player, 15 points in the lower state title game victory last week over Hemingway. Starting lineups for the Whale Branch Warriors. Justin Rode, their featured player today, and we'll take a look at your starter, Siobhan Simmons. They call him Moo Moo. Justin Rode, Denzel Daniel, Marlon Williams, Devontae Glover for Whale Branch under head coach Link Lyles in his fourth year at the helm of the Whale Branch program. We also asked Coach Lyles what he plans to tell his team before today's game.
Well, we've been here before. There's not going to be a whole lot of changes. This is a different team than last year. But our kids are very confident. They've worked extremely hard, and our backs have been against the wall all year, you know, being ranked in the top 5 and having several games where we were down in the fourth quarter and having to come back and win. So, you know, we'll just tell our kids to stay confident and stick with the game plan.
We're ready for the 1A Boys State Championship game. We're playing for the big trophy today here in Columbia at the Colonial Life Arena. It's C.A. Johnson and Whale Branch, and you'll see it live on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
It's Wardell for the win! Skyview State Champs!
Be there. The NFHS Network. Download the app today.
I don't want no excuses tonight. We in the playoff mode now. Don't let them play hard. Play as one, win as one. What time is it? Yeah!
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the student broadcast program, visit nfhsnetwork.com/SBP.
to go. Calvert for the win. Off the iron. Oh, it counts. Adams got it. Josh Adams with the tip. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Up above everybody. Unreal.
Back live in Columbia, South Carolina, getting you set for the 1A Boys State Championship game. C.A. Johnson 17-9 coming in, and Whale Branch 23-4. C.A. Johnson won the Upper State Championship. Playoff victories for the Green Hornets over Wagner Sally, Greenville Tech, Southside Christian, and last week by 3 points over St. Joseph's. That was at the Bon Secours Wellness Arena up in Greenville. And for Whale Branch, Military Magnet, C.E. Murray, Timmonsville, and last week over Hemingway at the Florence Civic Center to wrap up the Lower State Championship. Emerson Phillips with Dwayne Everett will play 32 minutes of high school basketball today. Dwayne, a lifetime of memories for the young men that will participate in today's game.
It really is, and it's monumental for this Whale Branch group because, hey, it was Larry Johnson's crew last year that came in and in the second half just really took them out of their rhythm and took the state championship away from them. They're looking for redemption this week.
Starting lineups being introduced. Let's listen in to today's public address announcer.
Knox. Forward 6'4" senior, number 15, Peter Goodman. And a 5'10" guard, senior, number 44, Briande Goodman. And now introducing the starters for Whale Branch under a 23-4 record by Coach
C.A. Johnson wearing yellow
Link
today.
Lyles.
Now the Whale Branch
starters.
Warriors
Starting
in white.
Guard, a 6' senior, number 3, Siobhan Simmons. 6'1" guard, sophomore, number 12, Justin Rode. Forward, 6'2" senior, number 32, Denzel Daniel. Forward, 6'1" junior, number 34, Marlon Williams. And at forward, a 6'3" senior, number 40, Devontae Glover.
And a look at the Whale Branch coaching staff. Link Lyles, the head man, in his fourth year for Whale Branch, making their second straight appearance in the state championship game. The Warriors fell to Louisville in last year's title game. We'll send it over to Dave Hamilton.
Emerson, Whale Branch will be without two of their starters today, but not because of injury, instead because of religion. Simeon and Mike Middleton are practicing Seventh-day Adventist because of religious purposes. They are celebrating the Sabbath today and are not playing. Head coach Link Lyles told me earlier that the team will miss their presence. They average 16 points and 8 rebounds combined, but he says we've been without them before. We're not making any excuses. We're ready to play, whether they're here or not, but they have the full support of the team. But they're not here. The coach says we must play without them here today.
Thank you, David. This was an issue for Whale Branch last year as well, but the Warriors opened with the first bucket of the ball game.
Yeah, and that was the same case in winning the Lower State Championship. They were home as well.
Very quickly, C.A. Johnson answers on the other end. They got it inside, and a bucket for number 4, William Tobe. Marlon Williams got the first points for Whale Branch, and we are off and running in the 1A Boys State Championship game. A steal by C.A. Johnson. Number 3 with a left hand, finger roll, Nathaniel Nelson.
Good finish off the transition steal.
And Whale Branch answers, soft jumper on the left baseline. That's another bucket for Marlon Williams. And our first foul of the ball game here as C.A. Johnson's Michael Knox, number 12, took the ball to the basket. And Link Lyles getting an explanation from the official. Here's Knox, an outstanding football player for C.A. Johnson, and one of the leaders of this Green Hornets team that's in the state title game for the first time since they won it back in 1989 when they were a 3A program. Enrollment at C.A. Johnson now down to just below 500. They're a 1A school.
But that enrollment also is based on the academic requirements too now with the Magna Charta there. And it's tremendous what they've done, being so focused on the academics that they've been able to return to championship game.
Pressure from C.A. Johnson, but Marlon Williams will lay it in with the left. Tied at 6, a little more than a minute gone by in the 1A Boys Championship game. Whale Branch forces a turnover. Siobhan Simmons with the takeaway for the Warriors. Whale Branch in white, C.A. Johnson wearing yellow. On the dribble here is Justin Rode, whom we featured in the pregame. Baseline 17-footer, good.
That's good ball movement right there. Just spinning it off the top and finding a soft spot in that real active zone right now.
That was number 40, Devontae Glover, connecting from the baseline for Whale Branch. Out of Seabrook, South Carolina in Beaufort County. Good defense by the Warriors there, Dwayne. No foul call, but that shot blocked out of bounds.
And here's the rotation, spinning off the top, getting it down to the short corner. And that's what you have to do against an active zone. You've got to move the ball, move it quickly. And we saw there from the replay, it was effective.
C.A. Johnson missed an outside shot. Whale Branch going on offense again here. This is Justin Rode. Rode pulls up, 17-footer, back iron. Rebound out to the foul line, collected by Tobe for C.A. Johnson. And here's Nathaniel Nelson. Travel call.
Yeah, trying to do too much right there. He had the right approach. Attack the glass, get in the middle, and find a teammate. The razzle-dazzle got him in trouble that time.
2-2-1, three-quarter court press. And now Link Lyle set to go to his bench. He's going to bring in 5, make it 4 players on the next stoppage of play. And here we have it, a Whale Branch turnover. So we got 4 Warriors coming into the game. Number 20, Damian Brown. Number 24, Jay Middleton. Also number 42, Jay Abney.
Coach Jarvis has this 3-1-1 half-court trap dialed up, and it's right now on this right side, it's creating a lot of problem for Whale Branch.
David Lamb in the game as well for Whale Branch. Right-hand bank shot, good off of the window. Tough shot for Devontae Glover.
Yeah, he did the right thing, though. He sealed the defender off with his left shoulder and then went with a wide release. Nice shot.
That was Jay Abney with the bucket for Whale Branch. He's just into the game off of the Warriors bench. Tough 10-footer. That's a swish for number 15, Peter Goodman.
I tell you, Peter Goodman's got the package, as I told you. That was an NBA shot right there.
Whale Branch handles the pressure again. Bounce it into the block. Turn around. Right-hand shot. Good. Jay Middleton for Whale Branch.
Really love the pace by both teams. No real jitters. Both teams playing in championship form right out of the block.
And a rim out for Nathaniel Nelson with a circus left-handed bank shot. He threw the spin move to get past a Whale Branch defender. Got banged in the air and draws the foul.
Tell you what, that was an accurate description because this young man, I'm really growing. He's growing on me. Nelson is, at 5'7", he likes to get in the middle, and he has sort of that Allen Iverson approach to him in that he likes to break the defense down and bring defenders his way. He could create some more shots for players as this game goes on.
Nelson, a little better than 8 points a ball game throughout the season for Coach Darryl Jarvis, third-year man for C.A. Johnson. Nelson is a senior and a point guard. And now it's Whale Branch driving, dishing, loose ball on the floor, picked up by the Warriors. Middleton got after it and went up with it. Whale Branch touched it out.
Lost a little focus under the rim there, recognizing where he was.
Steps taken by C.A. Johnson, and the Whale Branch pressure forces a Johnson turnover. There's Darryl Jarvis, head man for C.A. Johnson.
Tell you what, Coach Jarvis has done a tremendous job in only 3 years with this program to get them where they are right now and to play at the level they're playing. You have to really credit the young man.
Coach Jarvis, a Ridgeview High School graduate, played basketball there for Vince Lowry, who is now the athletic director at Blythewood High School. Turnover. C.A. Johnson takes it away. Robert Riley into the game. This is Riley, and Riley called for the carry.
Yeah, great call. These officials are all over it right now. They're letting them play physically, but the technical parts of the game, they're not letting them get away with it.
An up-tempo first period of play in the 1A Boys State Championship final. Dribble drive. Justin Rode had it blocked, picked up, and off the back iron on the chipper. And a foul coming up here. Whale Branch on the offensive glass. Denzel Daniel will move to the line. Daniel 6'2" and a senior forward, averaging 11 points a ball game for Whale Branch, and he is a Region 5 all-region selection. David Lamb back into the ball game for Whale Branch. Here's Daniel, 2 for 2 on the trip. And Whale Branch has the largest lead of the game for either club, 14-9. It's 14-9. This is Nathaniel Nelson, not able to hit in traffic, left side of the bucket, and it's out of bounds to Whale Branch.
Tell you what, he missed the shot, but Nathaniel gets into the paint. He's creating problems for Whale Branch's defense. If they don't find a way to keep him out of there, it could be trouble later.
Shot blocked from behind. Beautiful play by C.A. Johnson to recover defensively.
That's why you don't quit on a play. They were beat on the play. It was a great spin out here to half and then a diagonal right back into the paint. But again, in pursuit, great defense to stop the chipper.
And the timeout has been taken. 3:14. Dwayne, let's get another look at this block shot by the Green Hornets of C.A. Johnson.
This one looks like it's wide open. It's a great pass down low. But again, the rear pursuit, you never quit. You had that last night in a basketball game that had a 20-point turnaround. You never quit.
Nothing but patent leather for Michael Knox on that stellar defensive play. So just a 30-second timeout taken here. It was taken by C.A. Johnson. They're on defense wearing yellow. Lob it out. 30 feet out. Whale Branch going to work in their half-court offense. Denzel Daniel had a hard time finding the handle. Now he's double-teamed and gets it off to David Lamb, the junior guard. Lamb jumped by Robert Riley. Now it's over to Denzel Daniel into the lane, and an aggressive move, fouled on the floor.
Yeah, this zone is very active, this matchup zone and trapping zone that they're using, but it does leave the backside where in most cases it's going to be an overload, and so somebody's going to have to make quick pursuit to the ball if it gets in the paint, and that's the vulnerability. But it's high risk, but it can be high reward if they can get their hands on the basketball.
Whale Branch inbounding right underneath the bucket, and Johnson there again on a double team to block the shot. It was Goodman, it was Dontrell Corley combining on the block. Baseline drive, Knox, throw to head fake, got a defender off the floor, and a hard foul committed by Whale Branch.
Good technical move from the corner there for him to give the hard head fake as if he was going to shoot the 16, 17-foot jump shot, and then the nice slide down the baseline.
So it's Michael Knox at the line for Johnson. He's a 55% free throw shooter this year.
That stroke would tell you something different. A nice little stroke on him. It seems like percentages would be a little higher.
Rebound for Whale Branch by Devontae Glover, their 6'3" forward. And Justin Rode moves it front court for Whale Branch. Got it poked away from behind. Loose ball. Corley fighting for it. Johnson's got it. Front court. It's Robert Riley. Give it back to Goodman for three. No, that's a brick, a mortar by Goodman, and a rebound for Whale Branch. Justin Rode going the other way. Interior pass knocked out by Dontrell Corley, the big fella with the linebacker build for C.A. Johnson.
Would have liked, even though Goodman, of course, has the complete package, that's sort of analogous to shooting early in the shot clock. They had the numbers there, and he has the skills to attack. I would have liked to see him attack from the top.
William Tobe replaces Corley on the floor for C.A. Johnson. And that was Tobe defending the pass, knocking it over the end line. Good action here in the first quarter at the Colonial Life Arena, and a takeaway by Goodman. Bouncing ahead to Riley. Riley running 3-on-3. Riley will keep it himself, but he walked first.
Tried to change directions after the second step, and of course, that's physically impossible. Good defense in transition, though, caused that particular turnover.
Jay Middleton holding up high here for Whale Branch. Over to Marlon Williams. Guarded by Goodman. Williams takes it down the left side of the lane and off the hands of his teammate for the turnover.
Yeah, that was that was sort of a Tabasco pass there. That one was a little hot, and sliding off that short corner about 3 feet between you got to take something off it.
Left wing, this is Knox. Got the tag hanging out of the back of his shorts. Not a problem on the reverse layup.
It's a good shake and bake, up and under. It's a great move, great move.
And we've got a loose ball knocked out.
And here we go again. You'll see the little cross move with the shoulders, and then recognizing the pursuit coming down the middle of the lane, takes it and protects it with his body up and under. Great move there.
Whale Branch with his takeaway here. They got a 2-point lead. Road going hard to the bucket. Yes.
And I tell you what, he's got a lot of swagger to him. He's only a sophomore, but he will play this afternoon like a senior.
Here's Peter Goodman for C.A. Johnson. Turn around and an air ball right to Justin Rode. Rode picked up here by Breandre Goodman. Oh, that's Goodman on the steal. Somebody called a law. Breandre Goodman.
That was tremendous footwork. The steal is prettier to most people, but it's the footwork that got the steal right there at center court. He stayed low and kept his feet wide.
Breandre Goodman, a very explosive player, got a very quick first step. That's a pretty layoff and a layup for number 34, Marlon Williams.
That's learning right there. Rhodes won't turn his back too many more times in the future against Breandre Goodman.
Final 20 seconds. Goodman left side iron, but an offensive rebound by William Tobe. Lob it to Ben Holmes. He'll slash and miss. Willie Butler in the game. Got a hand on that ball for C.A. Johnson, but Butler knocked it out. So Whale Branch with the basketball. Length of the floor to travel. 8 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Whale Branch. Front court. Pull up. Pass inside. Left hand score. And that bucket will be good just before the horn by number 40, Devontae Glover.
Coach Jarvis will not be happy about that one, in that the defense slacked up at the 8-second mark. That's not what he wanted to see right there.
Whale Branch with a 6-point lead at the end of the first period here at the Colonial Life Arena. It is Championship Saturday on Time Warner Sports Channel.
At Francis Marion University, students in our new industrial engineering program are required to master a rigorous curriculum in engineering principles, the physical sciences, mathematics, and business. But they also take a wide array of courses in the humanities and in the social and behavioral sciences. Why? Well, if you want to rebuild the world, first you need to understand it. Francis Marion University, education to enrich and employ.
South Carolina want the best pre-owned vehicles in one place? Jim Hudson's got it. Over 700 used vehicles from $49.95. Jim Hudson's got it. Want instant credit approval? Jim Hudson's got it. We own the bank. Inspected, warranted, reconditioned, and given the Jim Hudson seal of approval. Drive home today with as little as $500 down. Click JimHudson.com now. Visit us online or on the lot at any of our 5 Jim Hudson locations in Columbia.
Experience it once and you'll never forget it.
Get in the game with TWCSportsChannel.com, your online connection to Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Find complete program listings, up-to-the-minute high school scores and stats, and check out great games in the archive from this season and last. Whether you missed it or want to see it again, TWCSportsChannel.com streams the best matchups at home or on the go. What you live for lives here. TWCSportsChannel.com, exclusively from Time Warner Cable.
Time Warner Cable gives you more dunks for your dollar, more smash for your cash, and more goals for less screen. With Time Warner Cable Sports Pass, you get the most sports on the most devices for under $9 a month. That's why Time Warner Cable Sports Pass is the best value in sports. Upgrade to Sports Pass today. Call 1-855-WANT-TWC or visit TWC.com/sports. Passionate about sports? Time Warner Cable invents better ways to love them even more. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Welcome back. Emerson Phillips, Dwayne Everett with our crew from Play On Sports. 14-8 Whale Branch run to end the first quarter.
You know, some of the key things you can see, C.A. Johnson went to the free throw line for 6 shots. You know, that was clearly by getting in the paint, penetrating, and creating things down low. Less perimeter stuff and less things coming from the corners. Getting right into knifing into the middle of that lane, just as we just saw.
Johnson getting to the basket again. He's so fast, so explosive, and a steal by Peter Goodman. Goodman splits a double team. He'll take it down the lane with the right-hand finger roll, too strong.
Had to concentrate with his lower body to make sure he didn't pick up that offensive foul. Wasn't able to see the shot through. He saw the defender was going to give up on the defense and try and pick up that charge.
Substitutions again for Whale Branch. Link Lyles, head man for the Warriors, using his bench liberally here in the first half. Zone defense. It's a 2-3 for Whale Branch. Goodman, long three, rattle out. And a rebound for the Warriors. Nice job boxing out there by Whale Branch, number 24, Jay Middleton. Marlon Williams over to the far side to Jay Abney. Man-to-man C.A. Johnson defense. Lob it inside, fielding, turning, scoring. Whale Branch, 24, Jay Middleton.
The size of Whale Branch is starting. It's not a demonstratively difference, you know, between the variants. It's the length, though. They're able to make their passes into the paint on Whale Branch's side. For C.A. Johnson, it's penetration into the paint. And I think that's what's making the difference right now with our lead.
Foul here on C.A. Johnson. They got Breandre Goodman with the reach in. And the interior defense by Whale Branch outstanding on that last sequence to force a very difficult Johnson shot. So Whale Branch has it with the 6-point lead. 1A boys championship game today. And the second of 6 games on tap today here at the Colonial Life Arena on the University of South Carolina campus. Rode had it poked away from behind by Nathaniel Nelson, but Whale Branch keeps. And a tough shot off the glass on the acute angle wouldn't go down, but Johnson touched it out.
Tough late recognition that he had a clear line to the basket and gave the defender time to rotate and close from the help side.
Inbounds pass in and a good look for Whale Branch. Fed it straight under the basket, Dwayne, and an easy bucket for Jay Abney.
You know, John Abney is clearly, he's attacking. You know, normally he's their garbage guy. He goes after the offensive glass after the missed shots. Right now, they're setting it up for him, and he's taking advantage of it.
Pivot in the high post here by Ben Holmes into the corner for a three-pointer for Knox. Too strong. And one shot and out for C.A. Johnson. Whale Branch good on the boards here in the first half. That rebound by Jay Middleton. Dribble drive and a beautiful interior feed. Simmons got it to Jay Middleton.
Yeah, that's Whale Branch. That's Link Lyles. That's his basketball right there. Get it to the soft spot high. Shuffle it across the lane. He likes to see 2 and even 3 interior passes. And his guys have great hands. And his offense works when their heads are kept up.
2 buckets in a row here for John Abney. They call him Jay. Dwayne.
And here he is. He sets it up right here. Well, actually, this one is the basket that goes in for Jay Middleton, being fed in there on the start of the offense by John Abney. I think we had Abney in reverse of that, though. There was Middleton to Abney down on the short corner as well. But either way, their interior passing, that triangular little inside game they have is really good.
Jay Middleton with that bucket for Whale Branch. 6'7" junior is Middleton, averaging just 3 points a ball game, but he's already got 3 field goals in this state championship final.
You know, this team is not a team that has tremendous scores if you look at their line all the way across.
Let's send it over to David Hamilton.
Guys, during that last timeout, C.A. Johnson coach Daryl Jarvis was adamant with his players. He said, keep them off the boards. Don't let them in the lanes and give them layups. Or, guys, this game's going to be over quickly. He looked at his players and he said, do you want to win a state championship or not? If you do, play assignment basketball.
34, Marlon Williams with the bucket for Whale Branch, hitting from the right wing. Rebound for Denzel Daniel. Front court, it's Justin Rode moving baseline. Cut off, and his pass stolen away by Michael Knox.
There's the example of what David just talked about, the assignment side, rotating on the pass, not on the catch. You've got to go after the ball when you're trapping like that while it's in flight, not after it's caught.
Ben Holmes couldn't connect for Johnson. And it's Whale Branch by 12, largest lead of the ball game for the Warriors. Passing up the open 3 is Simmons, and a swipe by Nathaniel Nelson, and he'll take the pass out in front and finish with the left.
Great finish there with the taller pursuit defender. He recognized that he needed to take an angle that would be very difficult to get the hand up on the glass.
3 from the corner. Rode. Oh, baby, it's good.
He used every part of the Peach basket there. He might have even used a part of the Coliseum.
Went around the rim twice and hit the glass once before it finally dropped in for Justin Rode. The 3 ball from the corner. And a 13-point Whale Branch advantage. You see the time situation, 3:43 left in the first half. Turnover by Johnson. Whale Branch has it back here. Very impressive what the Warriors are doing, Dwayne, particularly when you consider they got the 2 Middleton boys out today and another bucket for the Warriors.
Well, you know, this is nothing new to this group. They had to do it last year when they lost to Louisville. They had to do it last week when they won the lower state championship. They have won these big games without their 2 post players.
Runner, bank shot, too strong by Knox, wouldn't go down. Here's Rode pulling up, long 2. Oh, yeah.
That's the sophomore that I'm telling you, this kid has grown into an upperclassman. Last year and this year, he's played a year advanced of his classification.
Knox with a nice move right baseline. Johnson answers. But, Dwayne, I'm very impressed with Justin Rode. His patience in this game today, he has let the game come to him. You know, he didn't come out jacking up shots from the opening tip. He's been very patient.
As I said, he is a tremendous floor leader. And right now, everyone is feeling the rotation of that level basketball right now.
3-pointer for David Lamb. And it's Whale Branch opening up an 18-point bulge over C.A. Johnson here in the 1A Boys Championship game. Let's talk with Link Lyles and find out what's special about this Whale Branch team.
What's special about this team is I think we're versatile. We use anywhere from 10 to 12 players every single game. There's no clear-cut superstars on our team. They're a very tight-knit group, and they work together as a team every single day.
Whale Branch on a 14-8 run to end the first quarter. Now, Dwayne, a 16-4 spurt to open the second.
Yeah, and it's really now about finding all the soft spots in that C.A. Johnson defense, and everyone is making shots when they're getting the ball in their scoring position.
Foul shot opportunities now for C.A. Johnson as Michael Knox drew contact in the lane. 38-20, Whale Branch. Dwayne, we mentioned Simeon Middleton and Mike Middleton, the brothers for Whale Branch, not playing today. Our sideline reporter today, David Hamilton, touched on it during the pregame. Both the Middleton brothers are Seventh-day Adventists, and they are not playing today because it's the Sabbath.
And, you know, I've only had Whale Branch in tournaments and or, you know, championship games. And ultimately, I've never seen them play. And they are key to them during the course of the week. But this team has learned to play without them over the last 3 years. And so, consequently, you know, I don't think they know they're not here.
No shot clock in high school basketball. Whale Branch wearing white, C.A. Johnson in yellow. Good defense by Johnson to keep Glover out of the block. And the officials will confer here. Dwayne, what's the call? Johnson ball here. Buy a DVD of this championship or any other of the South Carolina High School League championships at nfhs.com/SCHSL. Basketball, football, cheerleading, volleyball, swimming, and much more at nfhsnetwork.com.
He really needed that one. C.A. Johnson gets the three from Peter Goodman, their all-state senior guard. That was really important to them.
Steal by Knox. Knox running 5-on-3 and a blocking foul call.
Yeah, I know he didn't like the call, but it was a great call by the official there. As the slide by was there, he caught the lean and he really wasn't fully set. Good call in transition.
Plenty of talk and activity on the Johnson bench. They've scored 4 straight here, make it 5 straight to stop the bleeding somewhat here, Dwayne. And if they can keep it around 10, maybe get it down to single digits before halftime, I think they'd be very pleased with that.
Yeah, I think, you know, up-tempo is going to be C.A. Johnson's way as long as they protect the back line on the defensive transition. But if this game continues to be a half-court offensive set, I believe Whale Branch just has too many weapons for the smaller C.A. Johnson.
Lamb bounced it into Daniel, couldn't hit. And a steal by Nathaniel Nelson. He can handle the basketball. Nelson bounces it ahead to Peter Goodman. Two-hand jam at the CLA. And an 8-0 C.A. Johnson run and a Whale Branch timeout.
And here we go with the great pass by Nelson, the no-look back to his right with his left-hand crossover pass. And we see, of course, we get the flush at the end by Goodman. That fires up C.A. Johnson, and it also concerns now Coach Link in that Lyles that he wants his team to settle down and get back to what they were doing just 3 minutes ago.
C.A. Johnson High School located here in Columbia, just minutes away, in fact, from the Colonial Life Arena, and a long, proud tradition at C.A. Johnson High School. Lots of green and yellow in the stands today at the Colonial Life.
One of the oldest high schools in the Midlands, goes back to even segregation. The last of the African-American schools that was in South Carolina that is still named as it was, and tremendous tradition, as you said.
C.A. Johnson has produced numerous civic leaders and business leaders here in the Midlands. Oh, one-hand jam. Peter Goodman getting up high, baby.
The Charles Bolden, as you know, who has headed up Nassau, former astronaut. This is his alma mater. C.A. Johnson is where the famous Charles Bolden comes from. The stadium is actually named for his father.
That's right. The football stadium is Bolden Stadium at C.A. Johnson. And how about these Green Hornets? Quite a comeback run here. A 10-0 C.A. Johnson spurt. But Whale Branch earning foul shots here with their outstanding 10th grader, Justin Rode. See the numbers on Rode this year, 12 points a game, almost 60% at the line, and it's amazing some of the young talent we've got in today's high school basketball game here in South Carolina. Dwayne, we saw Jamez Rogers, 10th grader for Wando, lead the Wando Warriors to their first ever state championship last night. Rogers scored 25 points, and now another sensational sophomore, Justin Rode, playing well here in the first half for Whale Branch.
You know, we have some tremendous underclassmen that are playing throughout all of these classifications, and we'll see even more of those kids as the day goes on, playing like seniors and playing as champions on this weekend of champions.
Johnson kicked the pass. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with Whale Branch. Number 24, Jay Middleton back in. So Coach Lyles going with a bigger lineup here. Middleton at 6'7". Off the bounce. Good. That's a pretty shot by John Abney.
I'll tell you what, John Abney has come with his offensive game. Normally, he does the blue-collar stuff on the glass on both sides, but he's come to put it in the basket today.
Knox leaned in and banked it home, little 5-footer. And we're down to 18 seconds left in the first half. Whale Branch led by as many as 18. Their lead now is 9. Johnson doing it with defense. They come up with another steal. Knox has got it with 6 seconds. 5. He'll cross midcourt. Give it over to Nathaniel Nelson. And a timeout by C.A. Johnson. So it comes with 2.4 seconds left in the half. And Coach Jarvis wants to set up a play right here before halftime.
You know, it's very important, and I'd like to see that.
Sorry, Dwayne. Let's check in with C.A. Johnson head coach Daryl Jarvis. What's special about this C.A. Johnson team?
Having 8 seniors, and them taking ownership of their team, and they don't want to lose. You know, they hold each other accountable. You know, look out for each other, and they're fun to be around. They are hilarious as they can be. They work hard. They love each other, and you know, just to be around a group of guys is a privilege for me to coach.
Coach Jarvis, a Ridgeview graduate and a graduate of the University of South Carolina. Very calm demeanor, and I think that is reflected with the play of his team. Inbound to Goodman, tough shot. Good defense there by Whale Branch, and that'll bring us to halftime. Whale Branch led by 18. Johnson cut that lead in half as we move to the halftime break. Over to David Hamilton.
Coach Link Lyles, your team is up by 9. You had a lot of momentum there, and then they took a little bit back with those 2 dunks here near the halftime. So what are you going to tell your guys in the break to make sure that they come out with the same intensity in the second half?
Just keep the ship steady. There's going to be rocky waves. We might even bounce around and turn a flip, but just keep everything steady and push through to the end. And, you know, just make sure we take care of the basketball and just be the aggressor, and, you know, and we'll be fine.
Both of your team and your opponent, both of these teams like to play an up-tempo basketball. If the second half is like the first half in that sense, does that benefit you?
Yeah, I think fouls will be an indicator. So in a game like this, they're not calling a lot of fouls. Fatigue is a factor. So, you know, hopefully we'll have enough left in the tank in the last 3 minutes. That's our thing, is just try to get it to the last few minutes.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Whale Branch leads here at the half. Back over to Emerson at the table.
Thank you, David. Halftime here at the Colonial Life Arena. 1A Boys Championship game. An action-packed first half. Whale Branch leading C.A. Johnson by 9.
At Francis Marion University, students in our new industrial engineering program are required to master a rigorous curriculum in engineering principles, the physical sciences, mathematics, and business. But they also take a wide array of courses in the humanities and in the social and behavioral sciences. Why? Well, if you want to rebuild the world, first you need to understand it. Francis Marion University, education to enrich and employ.
South Carolina want the best pre-owned vehicles in one place? Jim Hudson's got it. Over 700 used vehicles from $49.95. Jim Hudson's got it. Want instant credit approval? Jim Hudson's got it. We own the bank. Inspected, warranted, reconditioned, and given the Jim Hudson seal of approval. Drive home today with as little as $500 down. Click JimHudson.com now. Visit us online or on the lot at any of our 5 Jim Hudson locations in Columbia.
Experience it once and you'll never forget it.
Get in the game with TWCSportsChannel.com, your online connection to Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Find complete program listings, up-to-the-minute high school scores and stats, and check out great games in the archive from this season and last. Whether you missed it or want to see it again, TWCSportsChannel.com streams the best matchups at home or on the go. What you live for lives here. TWCSportsChannel.com, exclusively from Time Warner Cable.
Time Warner Cable gives you more dunks for your dollar, more smash for your cash, and more goals for less screen. With Time Warner Cable Sports Pass, you get the most sports on the most devices for under $9 a month. That's why Time Warner Cable Sports Pass is the best value in sports. Upgrade to Sports Pass today. Call 1-855-WANT-TWC or visit TWC.com/sports. Passionate about sports? Time Warner Cable invents better ways to love them even more. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Halftime here at the CLA in the 1A Boys Championship. Whale Branch led by 18. Johnson cut it to 9 just before the half. Let's send it over to David Hamilton, who's got some special guests.
That's right, Emerson. I am here with the principals of both of these fine schools. To my left here, Priscilla Drake, the principal at Whale Branch. To my right, Nate White, the principal at C.A. Johnson. First of all, I want to congratulate both of you on your teams making it here. But these schools don't just excel on the basketball court, they also do in the classroom. We'll start with you, Ms. Drake. I understand that students at Whale Branch can actually get an associate's degree or be working towards one while in high school?
Yes, absolutely true. We've had students who graduated with associate's degree. As a matter of fact, our students who graduate with associate's degrees and with certificates from the Technical College of the Lowcountry graduate in May, which is before their high school graduation in June.
Wow, that's really impressive. And I understand at your school there's also some things you're very proud of academically.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a very well put together health science magnet program with incredible support from our community, USC and Palmetto Hospital, and we got Providence Hospital. Our kids get a chance to get that first-hand experience in the hospital, and all the things that they do is well done.
All right, well, we appreciate both of you for taking some time to speak with us here and let us know about your high schools, and some amazing things are going on at C.A. Johnson and Whale Branch. We're going to throw it back to Emerson now.
All right, thanks again, David. 41-32, Whale Branch here at halftime. Game number 2 of 6 on tap today. We'll get another timeout and return to the Colonial Life Arena. Glad to have you alongside on the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
At Francis Marion University, students in our new industrial engineering program are required to master a rigorous curriculum in engineering principles, the physical sciences, mathematics, and business. But they also take a wide array of courses in the humanities and in the social and behavioral sciences. Why? Well, if you want to rebuild the world, first you need to understand it. Francis Marion University, education to enrich and employ.
South Carolina want the best pre-owned vehicles in one place? Jim Hudson's got it. Over 700 used vehicles from $49.95. Jim Hudson's got it. Want instant credit approval? Jim Hudson's got it. We own the bank. Inspected, warranted, reconditioned, and given the Jim Hudson seal of approval. Drive home today with as little as $500 down. Click JimHudson.com now. Visit us online or on the lot at any of our 5 Jim Hudson locations in Columbia.
Experience it once and you'll never forget it.
Get in the game with TWCSportsChannel.com, your online connection to Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Find complete program listings, up-to-the-minute high school scores and stats, and check out great games in the archive from this season and last. Whether you missed it or want to see it again, TWCSportsChannel.com streams the best matchups at home or on the go. What you live for lives here. TWCSportsChannel.com, exclusively from Time Warner Cable.
Time Warner Cable gives you more dunks for your dollar, more smash for your cash, and more goals for less screen. With Time Warner Cable Sports Pass, you get the most sports on the most devices for under $9 a month. That's why Time Warner Cable Sports Pass is the best value in sports. Upgrade to Sports Pass today. Call 1-855-WANT-TWC or visit TWC.com/sports. Passionate about sports? Time Warner Cable invents better ways to love them even more. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Halftime of the 1A Boys Championship. A little bit of double dutch entertaining the crowd at the Colonial Life Arena. We'll take a look at some highlights from the first half of play that saw Whale Branch jump out to a 38-20 lead, but C.A. Johnson closed the half on a 12-3 run.
Opened early. The game was settling in with both teams very quickly getting into the soft areas and being able to score to the inside, as we see right here. And then, of course, the pressure out front, getting the break started for C.A. Johnson. What's been important to their season has been points off turnover. But everyone scoring 15 points off the bench. They're getting balanced scoring, as you see in the highlights, from Justin Rowe to Jay Middleton to actually John Abney. It's spread, and then you go deep into the bench. 15 points for Wales Branch. But then the All-State player there, as you see, Peter Goodman, getting a breakaway on a couple flushes, have kept their team excited and the intensity up. They cut the 18-point lead in half.
Big rebounding advantage for Whale Branch, 19-6, and Dwayne 15 points to none. Whale Branch bench points in that first half. We'll get a timeout here. We'll come back with the start of the second half. Halftime of the 1A Boys Championship. Whale Branch out of Beaufort County leading C.A. Johnson from Columbia.
At Francis Marion University, students in our new industrial engineering program are required to master a rigorous curriculum in engineering principles, the physical sciences, mathematics, and business. But they also take a wide array of courses in the humanities and in the social and behavioral sciences. Why? Well, if you want to rebuild the world, first you need to understand it. Francis Marion University, education to enrich and employ.
South Carolina want the best pre-owned vehicles in one place? Jim Hudson's got it. Over 700 used vehicles from $49.95. Jim Hudson's got it. Want instant credit approval? Jim Hudson's got it. We own the bank. Inspected, warranted, reconditioned, and given the Jim Hudson seal of approval. Drive home today with as little as $500 down. Click JimHudson.com now. Visit us online or on the lot at any of our 5 Jim Hudson locations in Columbia.
Experience it once and you'll never forget it.
Get in the game with TWCSportsChannel.com, your online connection to Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Find complete program listings, up-to-the-minute high school scores and stats, and check out great games in the archive from this season and last. Whether you missed it or want to see it again, TWCSportsChannel.com streams the best matchups at home or on the go. What you live for lives here. TWCSportsChannel.com, exclusively from Time Warner Cable.
Time Warner Cable gives you more dunks for your dollar, more smash for your cash, and more goals for less screen. With Time Warner Cable Sports Pass, you get the most sports on the most devices for under $9 a month. That's why Time Warner Cable Sports Pass is the best value in sports. Upgrade to Sports Pass today. Call 1-855-WANT-TWC or visit TWC.com/sports. Passionate about sports? Time Warner Cable invents better ways to love them even more. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Eight minutes are on the clock for the start of the third quarter. C.A. Johnson wearing yellow, Whale Branch in white. Michael Knox led Johnson with 12 points in the first half. Rode had 10. Marlon Williams also with 10 to lead Whale Branch. And a Johnson score from the left wing to open things here in the third period. Pounded on the floor here with Whale Branch. That was Denzel Daniel. Daniel saved from going out. Lamb for three, put it up short. Knox had it knocked away and a foul on Whale Branch.
Well, look, just in the quick turnaround here is what the difference was in the first half, and that was you see with the replay right there with Peter Goodman getting the shot to knock it down to move to 11 points on the game. But in the first half, near 70% from the field was Whale Branch. You know, that extended the lead with 15 points coming off the bench as well. But what kept C.A. Johnson in it was the 50-50 ball coming up with that off the floor and points off turnover and fast break. And now it's turning itself around.
Johnson trailed by 18 in the first half. They've cut it to 7, and that one drops off the left side of the iron. Lamb got run into, no foul call. We play on with Justin Rode front court. Long strides and a finger roll, that's pretty. Justin Rode, the 10th grader for Whale Branch, pushes it back out to a 9-point Warriors lead. Top key three. Goodman missed it well off to the right. Knox tries to save, couldn't get there in time. David Lamb controlling here for Whale Branch, picked up by Nathaniel Nelson. Nelson tipped it, reached around and poked it, but Whale Branch keeps it. First shot no good, second shot won't go. And a rebound by William Tobe. Knox into the corner to Breandre Goodman. Now Knox skips it onto the right baseline. Nelson tries to spin. A little bit out of control, taken away by Whale Branch. Long pass in front. Whale Branch with a breakaway, and Lamb lays it in with the left. Now Goodman slicing into the lane. Yes, Breandre Goodman.
Tell you what, Goodwin is actually heating up now. He's feeling this game, and this is the time where Wales Branch has got to get back into their offensive rhythm.
Lob pass inside, and Whale Branch missed the bunny. So Johnson's got it back, down 9. Coming up on 3 minutes gone by third quarter. No look pass inside, and the Johnson post player was not ready for that pass. It's out of bounds to Whale Branch. Friends, we invite you to check out the NFHS Network mobile app. All of our events, including the SCHSL Championships, are now available to subscribers on the new mobile app for both Apple and Android devices. You can download it today from iTunes or the Google Play Store.
I tell you, I had a Fields Day looking at state championships all over the country while watching the broadcast last night with you guys, and being able to catch up on some of the games around the country. And it is just tremendous. Look at this app. I mean, it just has games and championships, and this is live now. And it's amazing what they've done with this network. You can get in tune as a coach, as just a novice, you know, where basketball is concerned, all over the regions. There we are in Delaware, boys championships going on right now. And tremendous app. I tell you what, I can't think of the guy whoever thought of this. You know, I hope he's making millions.
Yeah, it's live video on your phone with the NFHS mobile app. Games, high school games, top players and teams from all over the country.
I tell you what, it could make the recruiting world even easier. I know my son is a college coach. He now has the app, and it gives him a chance all over the country to check in on players before he hits the road.
That's right. Your son played at South Carolina and now is an assistant at Ohio.
That is correct.
Midway through the third quarter, Whale Branch on offense. Lob pass inside. That ball was held, and we'll get a travel call. Dwayne, I thought we might get a jump ball there, but it was a travel instead.
Yeah, it wasn't a complete tie-up, and he was still moving his feet. That's a good call right there. He wasn't locked down, and he was actually trying to escape the defender.
C.A. Johnson trying to win just the second state championship in the history of the school. Their only other one coming when Kerry Rich was the point guard back in 1989. A terrific write-up by Ron Morris in the state newspaper today about that 89 C.A. Johnson team. Lip out for Ben Holmes. Holmes staying after it, couldn't get it to go, and a foul here on C.A. Johnson as we transitioned the other way.
Just a little strong there, unfortunately, as he tried on the second attempt off the glass there. Still a 9-point game, though. Nothing's changed. Right there within striking distance.
Whale Branch making its second consecutive appearance in the state championship game. They lost to Louisville last year, and that Louisville team, of course, coached by arguably the greatest high school player in the history of our state, Larry Davis.
And I tell you what, that was a tremendous outlet pass there, and good body control to finish. Even though he's a little off balance, he was able to gather himself in the air and finish it.
Three-pointer. Swish from the left wing, number 34, Marlon Williams.
Marlon Williams is really feeling it. And this is a kid that does not score a lot, but he has been efficient in every ball game I've seen him with, averaging less than 10 points a game, but in the playoffs, averaging over 12 points a game.
Ben Holmes, 6'3" forward for Johnson with a very strong take to the basket. And the Whale Branch lead is 8. Tough shot road. Follow for number 24, Jay Middleton.
I'll tell you what, Jay Middleton has been active today, too.
We are up and down the floor here. Goodson, that was Goodman, unable to score. Breandre missed the runner, but now Peter Goodman with the rebound and a no-look pass into the corner. Breandre tripped up, and a hip check and a foul on Whale Branch.
Action's getting real fierce now. They're turning this into strictly transition basketball, each trying to deny the other defensive opportunities to set up in their full defensive set. And I think for C.A. Johnson, that's very wise because their percentages go up when they get into transition.
Knox leads Johnson with 12 points. Goodman's got 11. And this is Ben Holmes, banged and fouled. So Ben Holmes has contributed nicely off of the C.A. Johnson bench, earning a trip to the foul line for Coach Darryl Jarvis and the Green Hornets.
And that was done like a true senior, heads-up play. He put his head up and then got the defender in the air. Then he went vertical with the shot.
Yeah, Holmes has brought some spark to the floor for C.A. Johnson. Now, Devontae Glover leaves the game for Whale Branch. And Ben Holmes, 2 for 2 at the line, cuts the Whale Branch lead back down to 8 points.
a real credit to these young men, how they've maintained their composure, raised their intensity, and have cut into this lead by 10 points, and now even maybe more.
And a steal by Ben Holmes, rejected on the inside by Jay Middleton. Going the other way, Whale Branch with Damian Brown. Bouncing to Denzel Daniel, and a whistle here.
Here on the replay, we see it right here. Great rejection. That's a double block, actually. We get a chance to see them team up. Damian Brown and Jay Middleton denying that transition basket.
It sure was. That was two players blocking the shot. Don't see that very often. Losing the handle is Jay Rode and plucked out of the air by Michael Knox. 3-on-1, C.A. Johnson. Goodman to Dontrell Corley, who was fouled on the way up. Probably a smart foul by Whale Branch.
It really was. It was a very unselfish play on the part of Peter Goodman, because he did have an angle to take the defender, but he chose to go to his trailing teammate there on what he thought would have been an easier basket or opportunity for Dontrell Corley. But it was very unselfish there by the senior All-State guard forward.
Corley, 6'2" and a junior. And an 83% foul shooter on the year.
He's playing with the cast on his left hand there, which is oftentimes, a distraction for such shooting, but we didn't see it there.
Pressure from Johnson. Nathaniel Nelson going after a steal. Nelson rips it out of there. And Johnson's got it. Final minute of the third quarter. The Whale Branch lead is 7. Reverse action, no good. Follow, tipped up and in by big Dontrell Corley.
Corley knifed in behind the reverse miss, and all of a sudden, this game is down to a 2-possession game.
Offensive foul call. No basket. They'll wave it off. The charge before the bucket.
And again, the intensity has stepped up. And here we see knifing right behind on the trail. Nobody boxing him out. Corley goes up.
And the coaches will love that. That's a great job of crashing the offensive glass by Dontrell Corley for C.A. Johnson. Johnson trailed by 18 in the first half. They've cut it to 5. High post, Ben Holmes, drop step, and a bucket.
And we're back to a 1-possession game, and it is strictly based on intensity. The half-court offense is being disrupted by the pursuit of this trapping half-court defense.
Nelson's defense made sure Whale Branch did not get a last-second shot to end the third quarter. We got ourselves a ball game here at the Colonial Life Arena in Columbia. Whale Branch by 3 with 8 minutes remaining. Stick around.
At Francis Marion University, students in our new industrial engineering program are required to master a rigorous curriculum in engineering principles, the physical sciences, mathematics, and business. But they also take a wide array of courses in the humanities and in the social and behavioral sciences. Why? Well, if you want to rebuild the world, first you need to understand it. Francis Marion University, education to enrich and employ.
South Carolina, want the best pre-owned vehicles in one place? Jim Hudson's got it. Over 700 used vehicles from $49.95. Jim Hudson's got it. Want instant credit approval? Jim Hudson's got it. We own the bank. Inspected, warranted, reconditioned, and given the Jim Hudson seal of approval. Drive home today with as little as $500 down. Click JimHudson.com now. Visit us online or on the lot at any of our 5 Jim Hudson locations in Columbia.
Experience it once and you'll never forget it.
Get in the game with TWCSportsChannel.com, your online connection to Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Find complete program listings, up-to-the-minute high school scores and stats, and check out great games in the archive from this season and last. Whether you missed it or want to see it again, TWCSportsChannel.com streams the best matchups at home or on the go. What you live for lives here. TWCSportsChannel.com, exclusively from Time Warner Cable.
Time Warner Cable gives you more dunks for your dollar, more smash for your cash, and more goals for less screen. With Time Warner Cable Sports Pass, you get the most sports on the most devices for under $9 a month. That's why Time Warner Cable Sports Pass is the best value in sports. Upgrade to Sports Pass today. Call 1-855-WANT-TWC or visit TWC.com/sports. Passionate about sports? Time Warner Cable invents better ways to love them even more. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Welcome back. Emerson Phillips with Dwayne Everett, David Hamilton, our courtside reporter, Ryan Johnson, Bond Nichols, our statisticians today. Johnson closed the third on a 7-0 run, and they outscored Whale Branch 15-9 in that period. And they've cut the Whale Branch lead to 3.
One of the keys there is the fact that the shooting percentage has turned itself around completely right now. 30% in that quarter to almost 47% for C.A. Johnson.
Johnson got a stick back. Ben Holmes with a steal, and he got fouled as he started up the floor.
And the pressure is really taking its toll on Whale Branch. This defensive trapping pressure, the rear pursuit, every time they put the ball in the middle, there is Green Hornet pursuit on the basketball.
Timeout on the floor. Dwayne, I've got to give a lot of credit to a couple of kids coming off the bench today for C.A. Johnson. A big part of their comeback from 18 down, Dontrell Corley and Ben Holmes.
They've done a tremendous job, but the guy who's going to be the unsung hero in all of this is going to be Nathaniel Nelson. He has been a disruptive force behind the scenes, knocking balls loose, getting deflections. There's no stat for the amount of times this young man, sub 6 foot, has been the igniting force to a turnover with his quick hands and his constant pursuit.
And this is Nelson with the white headband controlling for C.A. Johnson. Off to Michael Knox. Knox leads Johnson with 14 points. Tough shot. Peter Goodman wouldn't go down on the bank, but tipped up and in. I believe it was Knox.
It's going to be Knox or Corley. Both of them went after it. I think you're right. They gave it to Knox, I believe.
Whistle here. Turn it over to C.A. Johnson. Stepped on the end line.
And from 18 down to an actual 1-point lead. That is going to be Corley knifing underneath to get his hand. He has really come in and given them a tremendous boost in the post.
Corley's got 5 points. Holmes with 8 off the pine for C.A. Johnson. And you remember in the first half, Johnson had 0 bench points. So the contribution of those two helping Johnson take the lead here, 51-50. But Justin Rode will take the lead back for Whale Branch.
Great body control there as Nelson was trailing the play and disrupted a little bit.
And we could be setting up for a teeter-totter fourth quarter of play. Shot no good, Holmes. Tipped out to Holmes. Spin move. He's out of control. He lost the ball.
But there's the second deflection in as many possessions. And again, it is Nelson with his hands all over the ball.
Nathaniel Nelson got it right back for C.A. Johnson.
He's going to have to get unactive with what he's doing right now. He's chipping away at his defender. He doesn't like to be closely guarded, and he's getting frustrated.
Long three came up short, but an offensive board for Michael Knox. Knox picked up by Siobhan Simmons. This is Holmes, guarded by Taj Green just in. Corley had it knocked away on the high post.
And Goodman does the same thing and knocks it loose from the back.
Ben Holmes missed the first shot, but he followed his own miss to get the bucket.
And I tell you what, Goodman and Nelson have been as active as it comes. If you turn your back on these guys, I'm telling you, you better have the ball in front of you. If you've got it beside you, there's a good chance it's going to be stripped or deflected. These guys' hands and feet are very active. Nelson has moved constantly, and he is dog-tired on the sideline with his assistant coach.
Three lead changes already here in the fourth quarter. 3 minutes gone by, final period. Johnson has roared from 18 down to take a 1-point lead. Johnson in yellow, Whale Branch in white. Three-pointer, left wing. Oh, yeah. Marlon Williams.
Marlon Williams has been the catalyst to most of their runs with making some key buckets throughout the course of this ball game.
So Whale Branch moves back in front by 2. Knox drives in, hangs, had it knocked away. The ref gives us the deflection signal and says it'll be Johnson ball. Friends, we invite you to buy a DVD of this championship or any of the other South Carolina High School League championships at nfhsnetwork.com/SCHSL. All you got to do is click on the green buy button, BUY, and take home your own memory at nfhsnetwork.com. Foul coming up here on Whale Branch, and it will be a shooting opportunity, it would appear, for C.A. Johnson. Dwayne, you talked about the outstanding defensive play of Nathaniel Nelson. He's got 5 steals in this ball game. Michael Knox also with 5 swipes for Johnson.
You know, and again, those steals, you know, when you talk about the 20 steals that they have at this point, many of those are literally steals. A lot of times, you know, it's where someone has turned it over and put it in the hands of. These guys have actively created these turnovers that are official steals.
Yes, they have 20 steals in the game for C.A. Johnson. Whale Branch has 6. 5 for Nelson, 5 for Knox, and 4 for Breandre Goodman. So here's Knox at the foul line. He just knocked in that first foul shot. And he's got 15 points in the contest now to lead C.A. Johnson. Williams leads all scorers with 16 for Whale Branch, and that was the 16th point for Knox. So tied at 55, our 4th tie in a ball game. We were tied at 2, we were tied at 4, we were tied at 6. Offensive foul call. C.A. Johnson will get it back. They got Whale Branch with a charge.
What we have is what we saw last year. Wales Branch jumped out to a tremendous lead against Louisville, and the same intense second half defense caused a collapse and ultimately cost them the championship. You can see Coach Link Lyles over there trying to get his team fired up to play more intent defense.
Travel coming up on Holmes. Yeah, Coach Link Lyles for Whale Branch getting very animated as he's trying to signal in instructions to his team on both ends of the floor. Feed to high post and into the corner, nearly lost by Whale Branch, but Siobhan Simmons keeps control, and timeout taken from the Whale Branch bench.
Great timeout right there.
And a 30-second timeout taken by the Warriors out of Seabrook, South Carolina in Beaufort County. Daryl Jarvis, third-year head coach for C.A. Johnson, and we asked him what he likes about coaching.
The thing I like about it the best, and it's funny you asked that, because I tell everybody this is one profession where I get to be me. You know, I get to interact, you get to lead, you get to follow sometimes, and you get to be yourself, you know, and you get to banter a little bit with maybe officials, you know, banter with your coaches sometimes, have some fun, you know, but the biggest thing is you get to teach kids about life lessons, and that's the biggest thing out of it for me, is to be able to teach young guys to go on and be good men with good character.
Dwayne, what would a state championship mean to this Johnson community? 1989, you got to go all the way back to 89 when Johnson beat Riverside for the 3A state championship, the only basketball title in the history of the school.
Well, I can tell you, it would mean a lot. It would mean a lot to the community for what they committed to, you know, in regards to academics, how that community was once ostracized, and even the concept of the Magna Charta, the amount of people who doubted its success. It has been successful. Many have complained that it took away the athletic tradition, and so it would bring that back in conjunction with. It would mean a lot to the community, and I can tell you, it would bring about a lot of recognition to a young man who has done a fine job in just 3 years.
25 years since the last Johnson state championship. Whale Branch has never won a state title in basketball. They lost the championship game a year ago. We know what a title would mean, the first ever title in boys basketball for Whale Branch. David Hamilton, our courtside reporter today.
Yeah, guys, during that last timeout, Whale Branch coach Link Lyles looked at his team and he said, look, we want to move the ball around, but if Justin Rode, our guard, gets an opportunity for a mid-range jumper, get him the ball. If we're going to win the ball game, he has to hit some jumpers for us here today.
David, I would have to agree with you. You know, they've got to get the ball inside, but Justin Rode has to take on some offensive responsibility.
Bucket and a foul for Jay Middleton for Whale Branch. We'll get another look here, Dwayne. Bounce feed in by David Lamb.
Nice feed, and there was no way you were going to make the defensive stop on that one. He had the inside position, had elevated, ill-advised foul right there.
Back iron and a rebound by Ben Holmes. So the Whale Branch lead is 2:40 to play contest. Peter Goodman rising, missing, rebounding is Middleton. But taken away on the 21st steal of the ball game by C.A. Johnson with Ben Holmes. Holmes spins, leans in, right-hand shot, no good off to the left. Kept alive and banked in by William Tobe.
I'll tell you what, that was tremendous board work by William Tobe. That was tremendous because he didn't have the inside position, and there he is again. Forget my assessment of the last play. I'd rather give him recognition on this play. That's Nelson again, getting his hand on that ball, and they've had almost every 50-50 ball go the Yellow Hornets' way.
Steal number 6 unofficially by Nelson, and this will be a hustle play here after the loose ball. Boy, Whale Branch really hustling down the floor with number 3, Moo Simmons. He put everything he had on the line trying to get to that loose ball.
A lot of contact there. Exciting ball game. I love the officiating here. They're going to let the players win this game. It will take more obvious. They're not going to make a lot of judgments here. We're going to know if it was a foul. We're going to know if it was a turnover.
Simmons got on his horse and raced down the floor. He knew Whale Branch had touched it. He tried to save it. So Johnson's got it. Knox misses, but Tobe the offensive rebound.
The smaller C.A. Johnson is coming up with the second chance off the board consistently now here in this fourth quarter. They have not had many offensive rebounds, but they're now starting to mount them up here late in the fourth quarter.
A minute 16 for the 1A boys state crown. Peter Goodman coming off a inbound pass. He scored 24 in the last round over St. Joseph's to help C.A. Johnson get to this title game. And he's given Johnson a 2-point lead with 1 minute to play. So Link Lyles will talk it over with his Warriors. Link Lyles told us what he likes about coaching.
What I like best about coaching is seeing improvement when a kid comes in the first day I ever meet him until he graduates. And just seeing him become a man, and, you know, if he becomes a better basketball player, that's even better.
Print it out for us again. So we're back with 1 minute to play here, and Whale Branch, what's the strategy here, Dwayne, coming out of this timeout? They've got the ball down to.
Well, one thing they've got to do, and the strategy is there, and this is the part you said about coaching, this is the part that you may love about it, but you need one thing to happen, and that is protect the basketball, good inbounds pass, and make sure you get it into the front court. Right now, their trouble is getting it across half court right now.
So here comes C.A. Johnson out of the huddle. There's Coach Lyles. 23 steals in this game for C.A. Johnson.
Yeah, and the last three have been crucial because they've scored off all three of them. It's been the difference in right now the lead. And there we go with the double team. But he got some risk, but there it is. That's that intensity. Can you imagine if C.A. Johnson could play this intense a defense the entire second half, and they're just picking up their 5th foul, their 15th foul, with pressure for the last
So Johnson still got
minutes.
one to give here. 8 fouls on Whale Branch. Whale Branch down by 2 with the ball. Long 3, Road. No good. Offensive board and a follow. Simmons couldn't get it to go. Middleton can't hit. Middleton make it Simmons on the offensive rebound. And finally Tobe hauls it down for Johnson, but we have a jump ball call. And on the alternate possession, it will belong to Whale Branch.
Amazing. A team that shot 70% in the first half had 5 shots, point blank.
Knox collects on the baseline, had it knocked away. It'll be C.A. Johnson ball with 20 seconds to play. And now Link Lyles with the timeout for Whale Branch. I believe that'll be their final timeout. It is. Whale Branch now out of timeouts. Johnson has 1 remaining. 22.1 seconds left. Johnson with the ball and the 2-point lead. Dwight Everett, Johnson trailed 38-20 in the first half. How have they turned it around?
You know, it is strictly the defense. I mean, we've talked about it. It's all about turnovers. It's the turnovers they created. This is the same thing. Unfortunately for Whale Branch, you know, the Warriors are going to remember 2 second halves. They led this state championship for 2 years in a row with double-digit leads, large, 15, 18-point leads, only to have a smaller team turn up the defense on them in the second half and turn it around unless they can get a stop now and get a bucket. But it has been defense that has won this game for C.A. Johnson. Tremendous second half display. And I can't imagine how they could have done this and not be in the bonus. They have just played with their feet and their hands.
Yeah, normally when you play that aggressive style of defense, pressing and going after steals, you commit some fouls. But Johnson has not done that here in the second half.
I mean, it's been deflections and tremendous shooting, too, by Peter Goodman. And then every opportunity in the paint, Corley and a few others have made sure they made the shots inside. And unfortunately, Whale Branch has cooled off.
So Whale Branch goes pressure, inbound to Goodman. Goodman had it knocked away.
And again, they're letting these kids play it.
Foul coming up on C.A. Johnson.
Yeah, that one had to be called, but in the open floor, they've allowed them to body up each other. I like the way this game's going. There's no inconsistency. It had to be the obvious foul, and that's how it's been this whole second half.
So Whale Branch, as we get another look, yes, sir, hard foul. DeAndre Goodson came over to commit it. Goodson there to help up Justin Rhodes. So the 10th grader the all-region player, 12 points a game scorer. Outstanding he's been this year for Whale Branch. He'll have 2 to tie.
And good sportsmanship by C.A. Johnson. It was a hard-fought game, but he's there to help the young sophomore get up.
Just cool as the autumn breeze up there at the foul line here, Dwayne. Austin Road, young 10th grader.
I'll tell you what, this kid's, he's battle-tested, though. He had a great state championship last year. And as a matter of fact, he made 2 to tie the game late against Louisville.
Here we go, 7 seconds, down to 5. Michael Knox to the rack, had the shot blocked by Middleton. Picked up, Tobe, no, tip, no! We're headed to overtime here in the 1A Boys State Championship game.
It's the way it should go. This game, look at Coach Lyle. He's asking the crowd to make some noise. He can be a cheerleader.
Another look at the last exchange. Shot blocked there by Middleton.
Great building of a wall. Did not bring his hands down right there and get the obvious call. I thought that was a smart play on the part of Jay Middleton. He built the wall, stayed extended, and just blocked the vision of the shooter right there, not to get the cheap foul. Some real headsy play by some high school athletes.
4 minutes on the clock for the overtime stanza. And how about the clutch foul shots by Justin Rode to put us into OT?
Again, as I told you at pregame, this kid's a sophomore, but he would play like a senior. And he comes back as a leader here and gets his team. He gets himself into below the block on the transition off the steal, and he takes the hard foul, knocks down the free throws.
Each team with 3 players in double figures. Marlon Williams with 16. Justin Rode with 16 for Whale Branch. Jay Middleton's got 10. For C.A. Johnson, 16 for Michael Knox, 13 for Peter Goodman, and 10 for Ben Holmes off of the Johnson bench. Tied at 59. We will head to overtime. And David Hamilton is courtside.
Guys, I was listening in on both benches right there, and both coaches actually had a similar message. Over at C.A. Johnson, their coach was telling them, look, guys, it took us 4 quarters to get here, but now it's a 0-0 game. We have the lead. Meanwhile, over at Whale Branch, their coach said, calm down, lesson learned. Let's get back to playing like we were playing in the first half, and we can win this ball game. The momentum is in our hands, not theirs.
Give it a foul situation here as Nelson takes the opening tip, had it stripped away out of bounds to C.A. Johnson. 6 fouls on C.A. Johnson, 8 on Whale Branch. So Johnson will shoot 1 and 1 on the next Whale Branch foul if it's not a shooting foul. Johnson with the basketball in yellow here to start OT.
And I don't know who has the momentum at this point. I'd like to go with the fact that whoever scores first, that's who has the momentum.
There's the recap. Johnson trailed 38-20 with just under 3 minutes left in the first half, and a travel call here will give it over to Whale Branch. C.A. Johnson closed the half on a 12-3 run. So they cut it to 9 at halftime. It was 41-32 Whale Branch. Johnson then cut it to 3 at the end of the third. And a turnover here as Middleton couldn't hang on to that hot pass.
Yeah, that one had some flame on it there, buddy. That's one of those, you kind of rushed it in there. And that's the pursuit, though. That's that C.A. Johnson pursuit. You feel like you got to get it out of your hands because the guy that's open ain't going to be open long. And
Goodman put up a tough shot, hit the side of the backboard. Tobe will follow and clean it up.
Nice settle shot right there. Nice little 8-foot fall away. I like that. Didn't rush, didn't force it, took what they gave him.
No, they got a 10-second call here.
Yep.
Dwayne clarified the over and back rule and the 10-second rule. The body appeared to be in the front court, but the ball was not.
Right. You have to get all 3 parts into the front court. So therefore, ultimately, we saw the replay right there where William Tobe knocks down the shot. But on the 10-second, if that ball's in the backcourt, 1 foot's in the backcourt, the count stays on. And you can reverse your way back in. You're still in the backcourt.
Johnson unable to score. Ben Holmes went after a steal and forced a turnover. Pressure defense, the story of the game for C.A. Johnson. They force another Whale Branch turnover here. So Johnson now with the basketball and a 2-point lead. We're in overtime.
Lincoln Lyle trying to control himself, felt that ball was deflected. He calmed himself down and then whispered in the trail official's ear. Working the officials, that's a part of coaching.
Goodson feeds Holmes and a tough rim out on a bank shot, but Holmes will follow and finish. Check it, that was Knox, Michael Knox.
Michael Knox settled himself down, good footwork not to walk in the paint, reversed his pivot and put himself in a position to just put it up over the rim.
Long three on the way, no good, off the mark by Marlon Williams. Offensive board and a follow, put over the rim by Mumu Simmons.
That was a great steal underneath by Justin Rode and a kickback, but he couldn't get it. He couldn't get the shot off. Here we go, watching Michael Knox. Watch him settle himself. He didn't rush it. He reverses himself, comes up and under. Jay Middleton just swipes rather than building the wall I gave him credit for earlier.
So Johnson has scored the only points of overtime. And they'll get a chance for more here with Michael Knox, who might be the MVP today for C.A. Johnson. 18 points, 7 rebounds, and a big foul shot right there to push the lead to 5.
Really has let the game come to him. And he's done a marvelous job on the boards, too.
Knox at 6'3", very active on the glass, quick hands, fast feet, tremendous defender. He's just done it all today for C.A. Johnson, and a 2-for-2 trip for Michael Knox.
And most of Knox scoring, obviously happened early. And now he comes in.
Whale Branch with the shot up and over the rim and good for Denzel Daniel. 1.5 minutes remaining. No time to push the panic button for Whale Branch. Still time in this contest. Holmes went to the rack and a blocking foul called against the Warriors. Game for the ages today here in Columbia, and we invite you to buy a copy, a DVD copy of this championship at NFHSnetwork.com. We have all the games you'll be seeing this weekend here on the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. And we've got other sports championships as well from the South Carolina High School League. Football, cheerleading, volleyball, swimming, and a whole lot more. Check it out online at NFHSnetwork.com. So here's Ben Holmes. And a delay in the action here. One of the officials went over to the scores table. Now all 3 refs. Okay, Whale Branch, Devontae Glover has fouled out. So Glover leaves the ball game. Jay Middleton back in. I've got Devontae Glover on the all-hair team for 2014, by the way, Dwayne.
Oh, yeah. And I know you build those teams over the course of the tournament. And I know you've already got one guy in from last night. And I guess you got your second position filled.
Yeah, Thad Perry from Hillcrest also on the all-hair team. All right, here we go. 1:10 to play. Johnson just took the basketball back, and a collision at midcourt. And we'll have a Whale Branch foul here.
Now I'll have to reverse pivot on that one and actually say, I do think I know where the momentum is now. I think it is with C.A. Johnson.
Ben Holmes at the stripe. First shot dances off to the right. 1:06 to play here in overtime number 1. And warm applause from the C.A. Johnson fan section behind the Johnson bench after that make. And a steal by Johnson, but taken right back on an alert play by Marlon Williams. And a blocking foul here on C.A. Johnson. And that will be the 7th foul on Johnson. So this should be 1-1 for Marlon Williams. Branch stopped the clock with a chance to score some points.
A lot of coaches would be concerned with that one. Coach Jarvis was complimenting his player for trying to make a play. He's got a cushion for a lead. They've not stopped what they do, and they do very well.
1-1 for Marlon Williams. 6'1" and a junior for Whale Branch. Front rim on the first shot, but an offensive rebound. Stripped, but fouled. Denzel Daniel muscled down that offensive rebound, and he'll now move to the foul line.
Coach Jarvis trying to calm Peter Goodman down. He's upset because of them giving up the offensive rebound on the other end. And he's actually trying to tell him, calm down, don't worry about it right now. The clock is on our side. He intently wants to get in there. He feels as though him being back here, but he doesn't realize how effective he's been on the back line of this press.
You see the numbers for Daniel. And he leaves the ball game for a defensive substitution. Middleton will guard the inbounder here. Johnson free to run the baseline after the made foul shot. Inbound to Goodman, back to Michael Knox. Knox fouled, long range. Foul committed by Damian Brown. So Johnson shooting 2 the rest of the way here. Dwayne, you got to believe Whale Branch will milk these final 45 seconds for as much basketball as they possibly can, and they're going to need Johnson to likely miss some foul shots down the stretch.
Yeah, and that's not a good indicator right here. It looks like Knox is feeling this stroke right now.
Coach Lyles with an offensive substitution. Simmons leaves. And I believe it is Denzel Daniel back in. So 1 of 2 for Johnson. This is a three-pointer. No good by Brown. This is Brown again. He'll bank it in with the left hand.
Great use of the left hand right there. Otherwise, it's blocked.
And David Lamb came across the back of William Tobe. Foul on Lamb, so we'll make the walk down here. Johnson leads by 5 here in overtime. If you joined us late, Whale Branch led this game 38-20 during the second quarter, but C.A. Johnson closed the half on a 12-3 run to cut the halftime deficit to 9. Johnson trailed 57-50 at the end of the third quarter, but C.A. Johnson actually had a 2-point lead in the closing seconds, and it was Justin Rode, the sophomore for Whale Branch, that hit 2 foul shots with about 9 seconds remaining. Johnson got a couple of looks in those final 9 seconds, but was not able to score, and that put us into overtime. And C.A. Johnson has outscored Whale Branch 10-5 here in the extra period.
They've left the window open just a little bit, missed free throws here, and now you've got a 2-possession game, and both teams now in the bonus.
Whale Branch will look to score. Lamb for 3, well off the mark. And rebounded by C.A. Johnson. Another board from Michael Knox. Knox wrapped around the waist and fouled. 21 points, 9 rebounds for C.A. Johnson senior, number 12, Michael Knox.
Yeah, the dejection right now and you know, the disappointment to have been in this position 2 years in a row and to now live what we call the tale of two halves. And it's clearly been that way 2 years in a row for Wales Branch. And that's tough to go home to have had such a commanding lead in 2 state championships, only to have a team come back and make a tremendous comeback.
Closing seconds now. Three-pointer back iron by Lamb. No good. That's after the horn. The 2014 1A Boys State Championship belongs to the Green Hornets of C.A. Johnson High School. The second state title in school history. 1989 over Riverside, and now 2014 over Whale Branch. Let's go to David Hamilton.
I'm here with Daryl Jarvis, and Coach Jarvis, how does it feel to be the state champion?
It hasn't set in yet, I'm going to tell you no lie. But it feels good to get the victory. Probably once I get to go celebrate, I'm knowing it hit me then. I'm just happy and proud for these guys, man.
In the second quarter, your team was down by 18. They fight back to force overtime and then win. What does that say about their resolve?
Adversity. We've been fighting through it all year. And we got down, we hiccuped. We almost tried to give up a little bit. But they realized, hey, we've been through this before. Let's keep fighting, man. And this is the outcome.
Congratulations. Last time C.A. Johnson won a state championship, none of these players were born. But today they have some more hardware for the trophy case. Emerson?
Yes, they have. State championship trophy number 2 for C.A. Johnson. And while it may be true that none of the kids were born during the last C.A. Johnson state championship, a lot of folks in the stands today were alive when they won it back in '89. So a great day for C.A. Johnson. Our congratulations to them. We'll get a timeout. We'll come back with the trophy presentation. C.A. Johnson, your 2014 Class A state champs.
It's Wardell for the win! Skyview State Champs!
Be there. The NFHS Network. Download the app today.
Don't want no excuses tonight. We in the playoff mode now. Don't let them play hard. Play as one, win as one. What time is it? Yeah!
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Perfect. Prepare a Wiley Valley graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the student broadcast program, visit nfhsnetwork.com/SBP.
To go. Calvert for the win. Off the iron. Oh, it counts. Adams got it. Josh Adams with the tip. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Off above everybody. Unreal.
An overtime victory for C.A. Johnson over Whale Branch in the 1A Boys State Championship game here today. Dwayne Everett, great action and a tremendous comeback by Johnson. Everybody that watched this game will remember the way Johnson kept it together when they were down 18 and they roared back to win this game. Needed overtime to do it.
And I'm just watching the tears. I'm looking at Vince Ford, the chairman, and Vice President of Palmetto Health, who put so much money
Congratulations
into the
to
health
both
magnet.
coaches for a great season.
He's an alum of
Prior
C.A.
to the
Johnson,
trophy
former
presentation,
baseball,
we will
basketball
recognize
player.
the school
And
dignitaries for the
I'm sitting there looking at him
2014
cry. And
runner-up,
he's
Whale
chairing
Branch High School.
the school board now. And he was a
Principal
part of, I think, the
Priscilla
73
Drake
or
and
72
staff.
class at C.A. Johnson.
Greg McCord,
And,
Student
so
Services
anyway,
Director.
it is
Carlos
tremendous,
Cave,
having
Athletics
had
Director.
my high school
Gerald
history
Dawson,
here
County
and
Council,
having 1 year at C.A. Johnson
and board
myself
members.
before they actually rezoned us. That was my first school here in Columbia, South Carolina.
All of the players receive state championship medals, and we'll now go to the PA addresser for the trophy presentation.
Season with a record of 23-5. Accepting the trophy for Whale Branch will be head coach Link Lyles, players number 32, Denzel Daniel, and number 12, Justin Rode. Now to award the trophy for 2013-14 state runner-up for Class A boys is Mickey Pringle, Executive Committee Class A representative, and Jerome Singleton, Commissioner of the South Carolina High School League. Trophy is presented to the Warriors of Whale Branch High School. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2014 Class A runner-up is Whale Branch High School.
Whale Branch runner-up for the second year in a row. Link Lyles doing a great job with this program out of Beaufort County that, again, played today without two of their top players, Simeon Middleton and Mike Middleton. Seventh-day Adventists. We talked about them earlier. They don't play on Saturdays.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate, but they do a great job. I mean, they had to win the lower state championship the last time without them. They had to do it this year without them. They had to play in the state championship without them. But these kids have shown great fortitude regardless and great resolve.
A lower state championship for the Whale Branch Warriors. Link Lyles in his fourth year with that Warriors program. Now we will, Dwayne, we will.
Just a lot of juniors, I was going to say that.
We will join our public address announcer once again here. I believe it's Skip Lax with the South Carolina High School League for the championship trophy presentation to the C.A. Johnson Green Hornets.
With a record of 18-9.
It's John Combs, head coach at Ridgeview, president of the South Carolina Basketball Coaches Association.
Johnson will be head coach
presenting Coach Daryl Jarvis
15,
with the basketball.
Peter Goodman, and number 12, Michael Knox. And now to present the 2014 state championship trophy for Class A boys is Mickey Pringle, Executive Committee Class A rep, and Jerome Singleton, Commissioner of the South Carolina High School League, to the Hornets of C.A. Johnson High School, 2014 Class A champion.
An overtime victory over Whale Branch today at the Colonial Life Arena. Our congratulations to the Green Hornet Nation. I want to thank our crew with Play On Sports, our statisticians Ryan Johnson and Bon Nichols. For David Hamilton and Dwayne Everett, I'm Emerson Phillips. Thanks for joining us today on the NFHS Network and the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
At Francis Marion University, students in our new industrial engineering program are required to master a rigorous curriculum in engineering principles, the physical sciences, mathematics, and business. But they also take a wide array of courses in the humanities and in the social and behavioral sciences. Why? Well, if you want to rebuild the world, first you need to understand it. Francis Marion University, education to enrich and employ.
South Carolina, want the best pre-owned vehicles in one